Well, we are very excited about our next guest who comes straight to us from an amazing boat called the Nautilus Explorer. The Nautilus Explorer is a luxury live-aboard boat offering the most adventurous trips and dives from Alaska to Mexico. So whether you want to climb to the top of an iceberg in Alaska or go face-to-face with the great whites of Guadalupe Island in Mexico, this exceptional boat promises amazing charters in both luxury and style. With us to tell us about all the magnificence of this incredible boat and the trips of a lifetime they offer is the boat's captain, Mike. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, I must say we are so impressed with your operation and the adventures. They just provide a once-in-a-lifetime experience probably for so many. So what trips, where do you go exactly?
Right now we're currently offering Alaska, British Columbia, California, and Mexico. And we still do side trips. We've been down to the equator, to remote coral atolls, up into the wilds of Alaska.
Wow.
If it's adventure, we want to go and play.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now tell us how the trips work. Like say somebody wants to see the great whites in Guadalupe. How would the trip work? Like how would they get started? How would they get to where and get to you?
Very easy to get on the boat. Our trips leave from San Diego. All you have to do is make it to San Diego and we'll get you on the boat. And it's a 20-hour ocean crossing to this remote, beautiful oceanic volcanic island called Guadalupe. And we'll get you out there, we'll get you in the cages. And I just had a note from the boat this morning. They had their first shark this morning at 7:15 in the morning.
Now, once your guests arrive at Guadalupe Island, will they see great white sharks?
Well, there's an exceptionally high probability they're going to see more great white sharks than they can possibly imagine.
Wow.
We've been doing this particular trip, this particular adventure for 4 years, and we typically take 250 to 300 people a season out there, and all of that time we've had 2 people who were disappointed.
Wow. And so is this like mating season for them, or just where they go to feed, or?
Well, we're doing a lot. We're
times?
studying the sharks. We have scientists on board, and every year we're learning more about them. But this is a resident population. We think there's a chance it might be a nursery, but we don't really know. We're studying it right now.
Well, I'm sure you studied. How large are these sharks? I mean, they must be mammoth.
How large are these sharks? They are so much bigger than you can possibly imagine. A typical shark is 15 to 16 feet long. That's the size of a decent-sized car. The girth is enormous. They're like a truck. They have this wee little head, and they go out to this enormous girth. And when you see your first shark coming towards you, there's no possible way that I could prepare you for how astounded you will be.
Well, how close do the sharks actually come? That was my next question, actually, because you're in a cage. It's cage diving. It
is cage diving, but I can tell you that when you see the sharks, you forget that you're in a cage.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, these animals weigh up to 4,000 pounds.
Really?
And the cage becomes inconsequential. How close do they come?
Yeah.
You could reach out and touch one.
And I would think the fact that they are so close might somewhat be scary to your guests. I mean, how do they react, your guests?
This is an adrenaline experience with a high level of comfort. It's a luxury boat, but the experience is heart-stopping. When you see a 16-foot animal with big teeth coming towards you, no matter how many times you've seen it, your heart's going like this, and your stomach is up here somewhere.
Now, you don't have to be a certified scuba diver to actually get in the cage with the great whites, right?
You do not have to be a certified diver to get into the surface cages.
Right.
Our 5th cage, we have 5 cages altogether.
Yeah, how does that work? There's several different.
And it has a clear Lexan bottom, and you're in 250 feet of water, so you're standing on the water with just a piece of Lexan between you and the sharks. The surface cages are open to anybody. You don't have to be a certified scuba diver, and in fact, we've done kids trips. I had my own kids in the cages last year.
Now tell us about the safety factors. I mean, a lot of people out here are probably wondering, you know, they saw Jaws 3 with the cage and the shark hits the cage and dents it. Are they safe?
Well, the cages are built out of aluminum, Schedule 80 aluminum. They were designed by a naval architect. They were built in a shipyard. They're carefully maintained. But these are 2-ton white sharks in open ocean.
Yeah. Now, Mike, why is this the trip of a lifetime?
This is an experience that very few people will ever have. This is voyaging out into the wilderness at sea. It's going to a remote volcanic island in the middle of nowhere. There's no other way to get there, and this is getting into very blue ocean water with these enormous, highly intelligent predators, these apex predators, and going face to face with them. It's an unbelievable, addictive experience. we now get people who book with us every year and can't get enough. Sometimes they book 2 or 3 times a year. It's such an addictive experience.
Wow.
It's very, very cool.
Well, I'll tell you, I am admiring your life, and it must be so exciting just for you. You must enjoy it so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, Mike. Now, for you folks at home who are adrenaline junkies and absolutely love the idea of experiencing life to the fullest, or even those of you who would like to enjoy the ultimate getaway and be lavished upon while you're there, you can get more information and book your trip by simply logging on to the web and visiting www.nautilusexplorer.com, or you can call directly to 604-657-7614. Once again, the site to visit is nautilusexplorer.com. Be sure to visit them today and book your very own adventure of a lifetime.